Good afternoon, students. Today we are going to discuss nitrogen cycle. My dear students, today we are going to discuss about nitrogen cycle. Actually, nitrogen cycle is one of the cycle of biogeochemical cycle. My dear students, nitrogen cycle, it's a kind of cycle of biogeochemical cycle. My dear student, right? Actually, nitrogen is a source of all the matters which are found on the surface of the earth, right? That is called nitrogen. Now, this nitrogen, if you take atmosphere, the atmospheric nitrogen is almost 78%. My dear students, just imagine the atmospheric nitrogen is almost 78%. So nitrogen is available in the form of nitrite, nitrate, and ammonia. Right? Almost, this is a globe. The globe consists of %78%. This is a globe in which nitrogen is present almost 78%. So it is in the form of either nitrite and nitrate. Simply I can say the different forms of nitrogen. They are the first category: ammonia and nitrite, NO2 and NO3, nitrate. And these atmospheric nitrogen, or it is also available in the form of salt. So this is a usable form of, simply I can say, this is a nitrogen, N2. This N2 is available various most in the atmosphere or the earth. In the atmosphere, you can see the occupation, the amount of nitrogen is 78%. I understood it is very easy to understand, right? Okay. Next, we pass on to how this nitrogen is cycled from atmosphere to living organism, from living organism to non-living organism. I'm talking about this N2 or nitrogen, which is cycled, right? It is cycled. So, as I said, it is available in the form of NO2 or ammonia or nitrite and nitrate. So, as I said, it is in the form of ammonia and nitrite, NO2. Sometimes it may be available, NO3. So they are cycled from living to non-living. So living system to or biotic factor to abiotic factor. So here non-living. So this is called the cyclic movement, moving of nitrogen from living to non-living through various processes, right? So that is called nitrogen cycle. Simply, there is a flow of cyclic nutrients from one place to another place, right? from one living system to another living system, or from biotic factor to abiotic factor. So it can be explained by a chart. I am going to show you. You can understand very easily, my dear students, right? As I said, the atmospheric nitrogen is almost 78%, my dear students. So it is available in the form of nitrate, and so many components. This nitrogen is highly essential for the formation of proteins, nucleus, amino acids, and chlorophyll. So you can see the picture in which there are a lot of trees are there which are grown on the hillstation. All these living organisms are made up of almost 78%. The nitrogen is available various form, as I mentioned very earlier, right? Hoping that you can understand. And next, how this nitrogen is cycled, right? I'm going to show you another picture that you can understand. So this atmospheric nitrogen is cycled. So, as I said, the nitrogen is cycled, or the nutrient. Nitrogen is one of the macronutrients, which is highly essential for the formation of various matters, like various organic matters like carbohydrate, protein, fat, nucleic acid. In addition to that, I can say some protein, some enzymes. So here there is a cyclic moving of, or there is a circulation of the cyclic movement of nitrogen from atmosphere to soil, from soil to atmosphere. So these atmospheric nitrogen is fixed by certain microorganism that you see in the picture. Actually, this atmospheric nitrogen is fixed by certain microorganism to the plant, and after that, after the decay of these every living organism, either plant or animal or human or whatever it may be, after death and decay matter of every living organism, the nitrogen is decomposed by certain microbes. Hence, the soil which gets nutrients, right? It is in the form of nitrate, and ammonia. Again, this atmospheric nitrogen is it is absorbed by another plant. This is a plant that you see here. The plant which absorbs nitrogen with the help of a root system, again it is circulated to the atmosphere. So there is a circulation between biotic factor to abiotic factor, or living system to non-living system. There is a circulation of such a nutrient that is called a nitrogen cycle. Okay, this is a nitrogen cycle which is involved in following process. They are nitrogen fixation. My dear students, it is very easy and interesting, right, to follow. Generally, this nitrogen fixation or nitrogen cycle that consists of following process. Nitrogen cycle which consists of following process by which nitrogen is circulated from living to non-living factor, or from one living to another living, or from biotic factor to abiotic factor. So let me list first of all, the first one is nitrogen fixation. The atmospheric nitrogen is fixed with the help of a certain microorganism, right? The plants, sometimes I can say some leguminous plants which are able to fix atmospheric nitrogen. Hence, all the leguminous members which are able to synthesize their own food material, right? That is called as a nitrogen fixation. For that, I can say some best example. Rhizobium is the right example of nitrogen fixation. Then we will discuss a lot, right? Just leave it. I will come back after explanation of this separately. And the second one is a nitrogen assimilation. Actually, nitrogen assimilation is a process by which nitrogen is used. I mean, the plant which absorbs nitrogen, it is the form of usable form, right? That is a nitrogen assimilation. The utilization of nitrogen by the plant with the help of certain microorganism that is called as a nitrogen assimilation. I'm talking about second subtopic of nitrogen cycle. Okay. The third one, that is a ammonification. Actually, ammonification is nothing but it is a formation of ammonia from the excreta or excretion of plant and animal waste material. That is called ammonification. So simply it is nothing but it is a process by which ammonia, it is one of the components of nitrogen which is formed, right, from the decay matter. That is called ammonification, right? And it is also performed by certain microbes. I'll tell you later. Next, fourth one, nitrification. Actually, nitrification is one of the process of nitrogen cycle which is involved in nitrogen cycle as a major role, that performs a very major role because the formation of nitrite and nitrate, and one more process that is denitrification, right? So it is a reversible effect of simply nitrite, ammonia is converted into nitrite, and nitrite is converted to nitrate. Again, nitrate is converted to nitrite. Again, nitrite is converted to ammonia, right? So it is in the form of atmospheric nitrogen. That is called denitrification. So these are all the steps to be involved in nitrogen cycle. So I'd like to just review once again. Nitrogen cycle consists of following a process. One is a nitrogen fixation. Second one is a nitrogen assimilation. Third one is a ammonification. Fourth one is a nitrification. And fifth one is a denitrification. Right? My dear students, it is very easy to understand. Please follow me. So first of all, let me take nitrogen fixation. So simply as the title suggests, nitrogen fixation. This atmospheric nitrogen is fixed, right? This is called nitrogen fixation. My dear students, you can understand nitrogen fixation in the picture that I'm showing. You can understand this is a picture where you can see there are two different nitrogen components, right? One is atmospheric nitrogen and the another one is ammonia. Actually, this atmospheric nitrogen is fixed by certain microorganism, right? It is called as a nitrogen fixation. Because this fixation of nitrogen by some microbes which are able to convert atmospheric nitrogen into usable ammonia for the living organism, right? That is called as a nitrogen fixation. I repeat once again, my dear student, nitrogen fixation is a process by which some microbes which fixes atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia, right? That is called nitrogen fixation. So this is the first step which is taking place in nitrogen cycle. Next, we pass on to second. That is nitrogen assimilation. Before that, as I said, some bacteria, some microorganisms are involved in nitrogen fixation, right? As I explained, some microbes are playing important role or involved in fixation of atmospheric nitrogen. My dear students, what are the microbes? Let me list out. The first one is a Clostridium, and the second one is Acidobacter. I'm talking about Acidobacter. Acidobacter. Actually, Acidobacter, it's a bacteria that fixes atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia, right? I can say this Acidobacter that converts atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia, right? So this is a process by which ammonia is formed with the help of Acidobacter. What is it? It is a bacteria. Acidobacter, it's a bacteria, right? That is one of the example. And one more example I can say in bacteria, that is a rhizobium bacteria. Rhizobium. So this is the rhizobium bacteria, and one more cyanobacteria is there. That is there. I can say Anabina. So Anabina. And some members of algae, they are non-stuck, right? My dear students. So this is an aster. So these microorganisms which are able to fix atmospheric nitrogen. Some examples are given here: Acinetobacter, Clostridium, Rhizobium, Nostoc, and Arabina. These are all the example of nitrogen fixation. My dear student. Next, I'm going to talk about nitrogen assimilation. I mean the usable form of nitrogen, right? It is called the second was a nitrification. Actually, nitrification is a process by which ammonia is converted into nitrite and the nitrite is converted into nitrate. So directly, nitrogen cannot be utilized by green plants or all the living organisms, right? Instead, the direct form of the molecular form of nitrogen is converted into nitrite and nitrate on the other side, right? So this is called a nitrification. Some members are involved in nitrification. They are nitrosomonas, one of the bacteria, namely nitrosomonas. Nitrosomonas, right? You can say these are the examples. The next one, ammonification. Actually, ammonification is a process by which ammonia is formed, right? This ammonification is performed by some members of microorganism. They are simply, I can say, some members, some bacillus members, right? So simply, this is a microorganism like a fungi and bacteria, which are able to fix or convert atmospheric nitrogen into ammonia. This is called ammonification. Actually, ammonification is a process by which the formation of ammonia from the nitrogen, I mean from the molecular structure of nitrogen, is converted into ammonia. And again, this ammonia is converted into nitrate and nitrate, right? So this is one of the process which is also involved in nitrogen cycle, right? Now, one more example just I'm going to show you, my dear students. This is also, you can see, you can understand the picture, right? So, as I say, to some example, just I can say the nitrosomonas and the nitrosococcus, right? These are all the bacteria. They are able to fix atmospheric nitrogen. So, for nitrification, nitrification is a process of formation of nitrogen, right? Nitrite and nitrate from the nitrogen compound. I repeat once again. What is a nitrification? Nitrification is a process by which an organism, namely nitrosococcus, these nitrosococcus and the nitrosomonas, these are two bacteria which are able to convert nitrite into nitrate and nitrite, right? So this is called a nitrification, formation of nitrate and nitrate, right? So on the whole, that you can understand, I'm going to show you, right? The last one, a denitrification process. Actually, denitrification is nothing but reversible effect of nitrification. So that is called a denitrification. Some members are involved in denitrification. They are pseudomonas denitrificants. What is it? It is a bacteria. These bacteria which are able to convert nitrite and nitrate into a molecular form of nitrogen, right? So this is called denitrification. Nitrification is a process of formation of nitrite, but the D means just opposite, reversible effect of nitrification. That is called denitrification. Simply, the process taking place reversibly. That is called denitrification. Some example is given, which is very familiar. That is a pseudomonas denitrificans. It is a bacteria, right? Okay, the last picture that I'm going to show you that you can understand, right? My dear students, this is a topic that we have to concentrate. So the nitrogen cycle, as I said, it consists of several stages, right? Here, if you take the living world, right? In which the first one, let me point out the atmospheric nitrogen. Here, N2 is the atmospheric nitrogen. It is available in the form of molecular structure, right? So this molecular structure of nitrogen is converted into ammonia by some members. That is ammonification. So the first step is taking place, that is a nitrogen fixation. Actually, this atmospheric nitrogen is fixed with the help of some microbes, right? As I said, these microbes are closely associated with the leguminous plant like pea plants and golden pea, right? Beans, pea plants which are having leguminous member. So these leguminous member, their root system are closely associated with the formation of certain members of rhizobium bacteria. That bacteria involves in fixation of atmospheric nitrogen into some ammonium, right? So again, this ammonia is converted into nitrite, right, by nitrifying bacteria. Here, this atmospheric nitrogen is converted into ammonia. Again, this ammonia is converted into nitrite. Again, this nitrite is replaced. It is converted into nitrate. Again, this nitrate, it is a usable form of ammonia or nitrogen. This nitrogen is also converted into or converted to the usable form of nitrite and nitrogen. Again, this nitrogen, which is applied or which is absorbed by the root system of angiospermic category. I mean the leguminous category or the green plant. So the green plant which absorbs atmospheric nitrogen by the process that is the assimilation process. So it takes place on one side. On the other hand, I can say this nitrate is converted into directly. Nitrate is converted into directly in the form of atmospheric nitrogen. That is called the denitrification. So simply I can say the formation of nitrogen. This is a picture that you can understand. So there is atmospheric nitrogen is fixed with the help of certain microorganism by the process that is a nitrogen fixation. And this nitrogen is converted into ammonia by the process that is ammonification. Again, this ammonia is converted into nitrite and nitrate by the process that is the nitrification. And this nitrite, nitrates are converted into usable form of nitrate that is called assimilation. So by the process of assimilation, the green plant which gets atmospheric nitrogen for various biological activity. So it occurs on one side. On the other hand, this nitrite and the nitrates are converted into atmospheric nitrogen. I mean the molecular structure of nitrogen. Hence, the cyclic movements of nitrogen from atmosphere to soil, from soil to atmosphere. Right, my dear student? Please understand this atmospheric nitrogen. Sure, you can understand. The first, I'm going to point out every picture. So this is a step number 1. that is nitrogen, which starts nitrogen cycle from atmosphere, because nitrogen is all in the form of molecular structure, that is N2, almost 78% in the atmosphere. These nitrogen is converted into, right? I'm talking about second step by nitrogen fixation. This is step number 2, and this atmospheric nitrogen is fixed, converted into ammonia. I'm talking about third one, right? Again, this third form of ammonia is converted into nitrite. It is step number 4. Again, this nitrite and nitrates are converted to the usable form of nitrogen. Then it is absorbed. So this happens on one side, and the another side you can say this is a nitrite and the nitrates are converted into atmospheric nitrogen. So it is a cyclically occurring, right? This cyclic movements of nitrogen from living to non-living, from non-living to living. I mean, from atmosphere to living system, from living system to non-living, from biotic to abiotic. So this is called a nitrogen cycle. Students, so hoping that you can understand very clearly nitrogen, how this atmospheric nitrogen is circulated from biotic factor to abiotic. I mean, from living system to non-living system. Hoping that you can understand. And next I'm going to discuss some organism. What are the nitrogen fixer? Some organism. I'm going to show you. This is the last components of a nitrogen cycle, my dear students. You can understand some bacteria which are played important role. As I said already, I will show the clear picture of every organism. So first of all, let me take nitrogen fixation. Actually, this nitrogen fixation is performed by some bacteria. They are Assimilation, as I said, the same as a rhizobium root nodule forming bacteria, and third one is a blue-green algae. Here you can expect one of the questions, which of the following is an example of nitrogen fixation, right? If it is as we got right, Assimilation, rhizobium, blue-green algae, they are different organisms. I repeat once again, which of the following is an example of nitrogen fixation? If it is asked, you get right. Acidobacter, rhizobium, blue-green algae, and nascar. Next, we pass to ammonification. Actually, ammonification, as I said, a formation of ammonia from the decameter of plant, animal, human. That is called the ammonification. This ammonification is made possible by putrefying bacteria and some fungus, right? Some bacillus members are playing an important role. And third category is nitrification. It is a formation of nitrite and nitrate. Some which of the following is the nitrifying bacteria? That is also one more question, my dear students. Here you can expect two more questions. Mention some important nitrifying bacteria. That is a question. If it is asked to get right, Nitrosomonas and Nitrobacter. So there are two bacteria which are involved in nitrification, namely Nitrosomonas and Nitrobacter. Last category, denitrification. Actually, denitrification is a process, a reversible effect of nitrification. So these, I mean, the nitrite and nitrate are converted into molecular structure, molecular form of nitrogen. It is performed by pseudomonas. So, which of the following is an example of pseudo denitrification? Which of the following is an example of denitrification? Das is an example of denitrification. Or which of the following bacteria considered to be as denitrifying bacteria? If it is asked, we can write pseudomonas. My dear students, thank you for joining, and tomorrow we'll continue next topic. If there is any clarification, please ask. Any doubts? Yes, students?
Yes, sir.
May I go?
Sir. No, sir.
Do you understand what I taught today?
Yes, sir.
Could you mention some important bacteria involved in nitrogen fixation? Will you mention
Yes,
some
sir.
important bacteria? Important names?
Nitromonas and nitrobacteria.
Acidobacter, Rhizobium, Lubrina. Right, good. Will you give an example for nitrification? Please give an example for nitrification. I have given two examples for nitrification. Will you give an example?
Exobacter anabena.
Nitrosomonas nitrobacter, right? Okay, my dear students, hoping that you can understand, right?
Yes, sir.
Here, the last question. Could you list out the steps are involved in nitrogen cycle? My dear students, how many stages are there in
Nitrogen
nitrogen
fixation.
cycle? How many steps are there? How many steps are there?
5. 5.
What are the 5 steps? Please list out.
Nitrogen fixation, nitrogen
Nitrification,
assimilation,
assimilation, ammonification, nitrification,
And
denitrification.
denitrification. Right? Did you understand today? What
Yes,
I
sir.
taught, what I explained to you?
Yes, sir.
So thank you. Thank you for joining, my dear students. And one more thing. What is how many percentage of nitrogen is occupied atmosphere?
78.
78%.
Very good. If there
Thank
is
you,
any
sir.
clarification, otherwise make an assignment and try to send your respective subject teacher, right?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to give you some questions. Please take down.